Welcome back, everyone. Happy New Year. I hope you're all doing well and are enjoying the holidays as best you can under the circumstances. So, this was a pretty solid game of Hardpoint. Actually, starts off with a nice little collateral right there. I ended up finishing 44 and 3 with over 17,000 points in the end, so I hope you guys do enjoy the gameplay. If it does look a bit off, it's because I didn't have OBS recording the gameplay live, so this is a recording from the Call of Duty Theater mode, which is absolutely trash, so it might seem a bit glitchy here and there. Also, I had to connect a Xbox controller just to use the theater mode. So if you see at the bottom right, like it says my stim shot used left bumper, it's not true. This is still a mouse and keyboard gameplay. It's just that for theater mode, there was a controller plugged in. Anyways, so what I wanted to talk about today was my experience and what it's like as a gamer to transition to different life stages and responsibilities. So, just like everyone else who games, I used to spend hours a day with my buddies online and stay on until really late, all the way into the early hours of the morning. The second you would log on, there would be a slew of friends online ready to play, or you would just send a quick group text and it would bring your squad online in a heartbeat. As time went on, adulthood kicked in, responsibilities started to grow, and free time began to shrink pretty rapidly. Time spent online would go from multiple times a day to a couple hours a day to every other day. Now, obviously, there are unique exceptions to this, but I'm not including streamers or other YouTubers that game for a living and spend 8 to 10 hours a day streaming or posting gaming videos daily. This is about the masses of people that game as a leisure activity and use it as a hobby aside from their jobs, career, and other daily responsibilities that they have. Now, what I found the most important thing is if you're going to game, do so as long as all your other responsibilities have been taken care of so that when you are gaming, you could be enjoying that time guilt free. So, for anybody out there that thinks that as you get older and you get more responsibilities, you could game first and then take care of stuff later, it's not a great feeling. It's kind of like that feeling when you were younger and your mom would call you and be like, hey, can you take out the frozen chicken? So it'll be ready to cook when I get home. And you say yes, but you completely forgot to do it until 5 minutes when they get home and you get that panic. That's pretty much what it's like as an adult if you're gaming and not taking care of your responsibilities. You get that guilt and panic set in right after, and you can't really enjoy the time gaming. But I digress. The reason I wanted to talk about this today is that about 6 months ago, I became a father for the first time. And obviously, my priorities got shifted. But a gamer will game, just not in the same way as before. So I used to be a big multiplayer guy. I played Counter Strike for a very long time, and then I shifted into some NHL and a lot of Call of Duty online. And since its beta release in April of 2020, I was insanely addicted to Valorant and was playing it as much as possible. However, once you become a parent, though, it's next to impossible to commit to a 45-minute uninterrupted game of Valorant that consists of up to 25 rounds with your friends. It's next to impossible. But that doesn't mean I can't game. It just means that I needed to adapt to the circumstances. And what it did for me is it increased the appeal for single player story games. It's never been a greater appeal for me. And with games like Cyberpunk and franchises like The Witcher, Borderlands, and Deus Ex, I feel like there is more than enough content to satisfy the gamer in me. The ability to pause the game and take care of my daughter at any moment is by far the most important thing. I'm still able to get some multiplayer COD games here and there, as you could see, but for the most part, it's been single player games is where most of my time gaming is spent. And playing COD multiplayer with no ranking system, you don't really feel bad having to quit mid game of a TDM or domination match where there's no repercussions to your stats or to your teammates because it's only like 5 to 9 minute games, so it's not that big of a deal. And the main reason I wanted to bring this up is because there's a lot of people, actually almost everybody, you have passions, we have pastimes. It could be gaming, it could be movies, it could be escape rooms, whatever it is. It's important to not let them disappear. There is a reason why we consider these pastimes our passion. There's something psychological about it that helps us escape and keeps us sane in a way. And although other priorities will displace them and push them down the list, rightfully so, as you get older, your priorities are going to change completely. If it is something that's important to you, it should be important enough to find a way to continue enjoying it, if it means changing the way you do that. It's also understanding that you won't be doing those pastimes as much in a day as you used to, and accepting that it is kind of what makes it really special because After everything is done in the day and had nice family time, took care of the dog and put our daughter to sleep, spent some time with the wife, if I'm able to log on, it just makes it feel better and more special, because I know that my time online is going to be limited, but I also know that everything else has been taken care of and that I could really enjoy it and really escape for a couple hours here and there once I'm able to. And that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about on the subject today. So it's just like a little rambling on, a little rant about my personal experience with how, as a gamer, I managed to adapt under the circumstances and not let this part of me just die off because it got pushed so far down the priority list. I mean, it's still something very important to me that I'm passionate about, and although I can't do it as much as I used to, it doesn't make the time I spent gaming less important. So that's pretty much it. The other topic I kind of wanted to discuss quickly is kind of, now that it's a new year coming up, and 2020 was really one of those weird years that, looking back, we can't really explain what happened. It kind of went by as if it wasn't real, but we know how it affected everybody. And it was kind of twofold for me, right? Because there was so many negative going on in the world, but at the same time, there was a lot of new and exciting stuff that happened. Like I said, becoming a father for the first time, which is probably the most exciting thing that's ever going to happen, because it could only happen once that it becomes a father for the first time. And that was really a huge part of the year, which was such a happy and joyous moment for myself and my family and our friends and everybody that's close to us. And at the same time, there's this virus going around, and all we're hearing is negative things in the world, and it's very hard to kind of keep the positive attitude. But we found that this has really taught us how to really enjoy the time we are together. And if anything, I hope this year, even if it wasn't the best year out there, I hope at the end it did really show you that who is important and what is important in your life. And hopefully going forward, you could take this as a growing point and something to learn from in the year. And the other great thing for me this year was, I mean, I launched this channel, and it's not a huge channel, don't get me wrong, I never intended it to be, but in the past 9 months I was able to get 60 plus subscribers, and to me that's fantastic. I mean, even if I wanted to talk about tech or games, I can't even think of 60 people in my life that I would be able to talk to. So this kind of gives me another channel to kind of talk about some things that are on my mind, help me learn something new in video editing and reviews and other stuff in tech, which is great. The way this channel started for me was just my wife actually suggesting that, hey, you have so many tech items, you know, keyboards, mice, computer components, you spend so much time making sure your desktop is nicely set up, why don't you write some reviews? And for me, I'm not really somebody that's going to sit and write an essay long review of a product, but I figured, hey, might as well just, you know, we have some of the equipment anyway at the house with the camera and stuff, and I have the desktop, might as well learn a new skill in video editing. And I think if that's something that interests you, then you should maybe look into whatever it is that interests you and try to learn something new or read on something new and just try to expand your knowledge on a certain topic. And it could only be useful in the end if you learn something. And if you don't enjoy it, then at least you'll know you've tried it, and you won't ever feel that you missed out on something just because you didn't take the time to research it. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm hope you enjoyed this type of video. Again, it's more of a gameplay in the background and me as a talking head, but I just wanted to say thank you for anybody that actually took the time to check this channel out this year. It means a lot. It's fantastic, and I don't expect anything out of this. It's really just something for me to learn and have fun with, and just like a new avenue of getting some messages out there, some reviews, some information if I can. But that's pretty much all it is. It's just a way for me to enjoy something new, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. I mean, to the point where you guys are coming back and watching some of the videos. I'm very grateful for it. So thank you very much, guys. I hope everyone had as good of a 2020 as they possibly could have, and I just hope that 2021 is a step in a much more positive direction. So thanks again, guys, and I will catch you guys next time.